Welcome to Worlds of Fun. We are here after a lengthy 3-hour drive this morning from Iowa. Thank you, Iowa, by the way. Two great parks. But we are here at Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Missouri. Today is a special day. I'm hitting my 300th credit today. We're going to try and make that Prowler. If Prowler is down for whatever reason, because it has been a really dreary morning. It's been a little bit rough getting here weather-wise, but the weather has died before the park has opened. The park has just now opened. It is 11:02, and we're walking in. Again, Prowler is the aim to be number 300, but if that is not open, then we will go to Mamba and make that 300 instead. We have to hit 2 beforehand, though, because we are on 297, so we'll hit whatever the first 2 coasters are, and then we'll head to either Prowler or Mamba. Zambezi Zinger and Boomerang done. We got a front row on Zambezi and then a front on Boomerang, and then we decided to get a back row on Zambezi because we liked Zambezi a lot, actually. It's a very fun ride. The forces are actually pretty good for a family wooden coaster. It doesn't have a whole lot of airtime, and especially the restraints restrict it a lot. I appreciate the fact that GCI made new trains that can go upside down, but that ride doesn't go upside down, so take the trains off that coaster now. They don't need them. Spiral lift hill is cool, but because they enclosed it, it is super loud in that lift hill. And I really do like the little back and forth things like Cheetah Hunt do. It's just a lot of fun. Boomerang is your standard Vekoma Boomerang with the old over-the-shoulder restraints, and it's nothing special. So we're going to hit Prowler now and officially be at 300 coaster credits.
Can we get a special shout out to the person in the front row? This is his 300th ride.
Number 300. We've finally accomplished a kind of dream of mine ever since I was a little kid. Riding as many roller coasters as I possibly could. I've done it. 300. Feels good. Prowler, however, is a fantastic roller coaster. It is very similar to Mystic Timbers, and I see why Mystic was inspired by Prowler. The airtime is very solid. The Flowjector is wonderful. GCI does a really good job doing that all the time, and I couldn't have been happier. The Titan track they installed, so smooth. Like, actually stupidly smooth. Going around the S-bend at the very end of the ride in that one valley, great. So that's Prowler. It's good. It's over. We've done it, and now we're just going to enjoy the rest of our day here and get the rest of the rides. As we now walk around Worlds of Fun, we are trying to find a ride that is open. Mamba is down. Cosmic Coaster right there is down. Timberwolf is down. Even though we don't like these Windseekers, Steelhawk is down. So right now, Spinning Dragons and Patriot are the only 2 operating coasters in the park we have not been on. I'm not riding a Boomerang all day. Zambezi's good. Prowler's great. But Mamba, Timberwolf, and a Credit and Cosmic Coaster are all down right now. And as I remembered, like 2 minutes ago, they took our dining plan away from this park because when it got sold to Enchanted, a part of the agreement was the dining pass that we bought before this season so we could get all the dining stuff at our parks, aka Cedar Point, St. Louis, Great America, Carowinds, and Kings Dominion, obviously, because those are our homes. But they're not available at St. Louis or this park because they were sold off to Enchanted. And it wouldn't have been available at Valley Fair either if we were able to go to Valley Fair. So that is really annoying. That is actually really rather annoying because I forgot about it. That's not this park's fault. That's a chain-wide issue. but it's still something I can be annoyed about, definitely. We're going to ride Patriot because Patriot is actually open, and we'll see how this goes. Hello again. We've ridden Patriot and Spinning Dragons, and they're all right. They are. Patriot is not what I'm looking for in a B&M inverted coaster. I look for whip and speed. Patriot is fast, sure, but not whippy. I wouldn't say it's a whippy ride, even in the slightest. It just didn't have any major major force to it. It did have some positives, but the zero G roll was very, very disappointing. But it's not a bad ride in any sense. Spinning Dragons is fun. It's a Gerstlauer spinner. I've done the 2 Pandemoniums down in Texas, and those are both great. So it's not much different than those, and it's a fun ride. We're heading back up towards Timberwolf, which now I can see is still down. It is still down. So we're now going to keep on walking towards Cosmic Coaster and Mamba to hope at better luck there. Mamba, mission successful. We got on it in the second to back row, and it is a tale of two halves. The first half on this ride is genuinely very good. The airtime that you get on the first drop in that back car is sustained floater airtime, and your butt is all the way out of the seat on both the first drop and the first hill for a crazy long time. It's not Flowjector like a Mako Hill or like Diamondback or Behemoth, but it's floater, like actually pure floater airtime. Now, the second half, those trims hit hard this year. I was hoping the 2025 trims that didn't exist would be on it today, but they are not. So the trims hit really, really hard. And therefore, I think Steel Force at Dorney Park is the better ride overall. Even the first half of Steel Force isn't quite as good. The setting on Steel Force is very cool by the river, and the airtime hills at the end of Steel Force, based off of my 2023 rides, did actually deliver. But this is a solid coaster, and I'm glad we rode it when we did. We were about to get on and get in line for Detonator, which is the park's S&S shot tower, before we saw this going up the lift hill with an empty train, and we rushed over here, and we're the third operating train of the day, and now it has a bit of a line, if you can see, which normally that line wouldn't be that bad, but this is on one train operations, and Mamba is a long ride, and they take forever loading and unloading that train. So I'm glad we did it when we did. Hopefully we can get another ride on it later. Right now it's looking unlikely, and also we want to leave this park early. We don't want to stay till close. We have, again, family friends that live in Kansas City, so we want to go say hi to them, but we have to get Timberwolf first. We talked to the maintenance outside of Timberwolf, and we were told Timberwolf, they are working on it. Zambezi was down for a little bit, but that's back up now. Mamba was obviously down for most of the whole day up to now, but that's back up again as well. But Timberwolf, they are working on it. There's a train in the station, and there are 4 guys working on the train. So I can't say they're not trying because they are. Cosmic Coaster most likely will not be opening today, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're going to head back towards Prowler and get some more rides on Prowler. Prowler, 2 more, done. A back and a third row to experience it back towards the front row a little bit. The back is actually smoother on Prowler by a lot. The front row is smooth, but like those middle rows, I don't know what's going on with Prowler, but those middle rows are a little bit rough. It's a good ride. I'm glad that we got 2 more on it, and we're probably going to wrap 1 more before we leave. And then we got one on Zambezi in the back row, and it was fun. We're going to hit Mamba 1 more time if the line isn't bad, and we'll make our way around the park and back to Prowler for 1 more before we leave. The line wouldn't be bad on that if it was on 2 trains, but because it's on 1 train, that line's going to be a 30 to 45 minute wait, and we want to leave here in like the next hour. So no Mamba, 1 ride, second to back. It is what it is. It's okay. Steel Force is basically the same thing. We went on Steel Force bunch when we were at Dorney 3 years ago. So off to Timberwolf to see if that's open. I am heading for one last ride on Prowler, something I'd just like to mention while I'm walking by the front entrance. The footballs that are out all over the place, representing different nations at the front entrance, I greatly appreciate as somebody who has been religiously watching the World Cup this year because I enjoy the game of football. I appreciate the fact that this is one of the host cities, Kansas City. They are representing the World's game at this park. I just wanted to say that. Patriot is good. It's better than it was earlier because I rode on the far left wing, and it was better than it was on the far right wing. In my opinion, it's still the weakest B&M invert. Is it saying something that the weakest B&M invert is still a great ride and still probably a 7 out of 10 coaster? Yeah, it is, because it's not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's extremely smooth, and it has a lot of positive force. It's just there is no whip on that ride. Like a little bit on the 0G roll on the far left, but that's it. Not the 0G roll, the corkscrew. The corkscrew's pretty good. Well, 1 more on Prowler, number 300. And then we're going to be on our way out.
Sharp jaws and claws are hunting you all. Meow. Meow.
And that is that. A final ride on Prowler to end off the day. It was a good end to the day, but that is that. This is a good park. I will not hate on this place. This is a good park. However, the operations today were simply put abysmal. 1 train on half the coasters, and they were the coasters that needed more than 1 train. Prowler has a very slow load and unload. Mamba was terrible. Patriots on 2 trains. That ride didn't need 2 trains. Zambezi Zinger needs 2 trains, and it was on 2 trains. Boomerang's obviously restricted to 1. Timberwolf didn't even open, so it is what it is. But that is that for Worlds of Fun. A good park, a very well-themed park. I would love to have this as my home park. This is a kind of park that would be great to have as a home. The atmosphere here is great. They don't play annoying pop music. They just play their own stuff, like actually all the parks outside of Cedar Point on the Strip have. And I appreciate that as somebody who doesn't like blaring music in my ears. This calm music that is themed and related to each land, I like that. So I appreciate the park for doing that. It's very well landscaped. It ended up being a disappointed day because several rides were closed for most of the day, and one of their major coasters didn't open. But it's okay. That's what happens when you go on these major road trips. I'm thankful for going to the park regardless, and I thank the ride crews that were open for doing their best getting this park as well and as good off as they could. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you from the next one tomorrow at Silver Dollar City.